Hello everyone and welcome back to the 2021 OS World Cup. I'm Doland and I'll be joined by this one guy for Canada and Japan in the quarterfinals. T1G, how's it going?
It is going great. I'm excited to be here to get our winners bracket opened up here for this week, the first of our winners quarterfinals, and it's starting off with a very exciting matchup. How are you doing today, good sir? Are you prepared?
I'm ready. I've just come off a tiebreaker match, Sweden-Philippines. We've just had 3 tiebreakers, Finland, China, Sweden, Philippines, and I think Romania and
Indonesia.
And Indonesia, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this day has been ridiculous already. I think it seems like every year the quarterfinals ends up just being this ridiculously hype week. There are so many good matchups year in and year out for quarterfinals week, and this year is proving no exception so far. Like you said, we've had 3 tiebreakers already, which I believe is more than in the first 2 rounds combined. And, we've got some really, really high quality winners bracket matches to come, starting off with this one right here.
So big stakes here in the winners bracket quarterfinals. A win here is a ticket to the semifinals and a ticket to finals week.
Yeah, and it's interesting too. With these 2 teams, you have a rematch of a semifinal from last year. For everybody who remembers, that was a very exciting match. Canada ended up winning 6-3 a year ago, a round later than this, en route to their first ever podium finish in OSU World Cup. So Japan, a little bit of a revenge match for that one, trying to see if they can't turn the tables on Canada this year. But I think it's going to be a tough ask. Both these teams with very strong rosters. Obviously, I think we've talked in every match Canada has played this year about how many roster changes they've undergone. Still got second place in qualifiers, still looking very good in their first 2 matches. Japan running back a pretty similar, with a couple changes, roster to last year. But they've come out firing in their first 2 matches as well. So I think this is going to be a very evenly matched match here, with 2 teams that I think have some definite overlap in skill set as well, so we should see some very contested maps.
Yep, these 2 definitely bound to generate some sparks and some fireworks here in the quarterfinals. And again, as you said, this might be better for Japan, being the fact that it is one stage earlier in the tournament. It's not semifinals, it's quarterfinals. Well, it's not going to be as difficult.
Yeah, it's an interesting kind of concept to think about. Both these teams, I think, scale kind of comparably. They both have some really, really strong late-round players. I mean, you've got, xootynator, Zylice, Nick, Rupertian on the Canada side. You've got, Varvalian, EIGER, Haga. Like, there's very good late-round players on both teams, but this is at a point where I think they're very, very evenly matched. They had, in their matches last week, they both won 5-2, Canada over Taiwan, Japan over Finland, and they played 4 of their 7 matches each were in common, and they split them. Each team won 2 of the maps that they had in common. Now, granted, Canada's wins in comparison were a lot bigger. They won, I think, by like 700k and 640k, the 2 maps that they won, if you compare the scores. But I think that just goes to show that these guys are both in a very similar place, and both, I think, at about their peak. Quarterfinals, semifinals are going to be where these 2 teams, I think, are absolutely at their best.
Absolutely, and I think, for both these teams, quarterfinals is definitely when they both become tremendously dangerous.
Yeah.
Even more so.
Yeah. Good.
Than they already are. And Japan also, one thing we got to consider is Japan's playing very late right now.
Yeah, they did this last year, actually. I was looking, I believe that this matchup was played at this same time last year. 17 UTC, which is, I want to say, 3 a.m. local time, or 2 a.m. local time for Japan. Yeah, quite a late matchup. Canada playing at, somewhere between 10 a.m., 1 p.m., depending where in the country the players are. Much more comfortable time, but I think a lot of these Asian teams you tend to see playing relatively late and being comfortable with it. I mean, you see, 14, 15, 16 UTC, like 10, 11 midnight matches for a lot of these Asian teams, and they just seem to be comfortable with it. So We'll see if that comes into effect, especially if the match goes long to where it starts getting very, very late for Japan. But otherwise, I don't know how much of an effect it might end up having, just because you expect them to be comfortable, especially since they agreed to the reschedule anyway.
And we're going to be getting the first ban of the match from Japan. It's going to be NoMod 2, so Canada will have the next 2 bans.
Yep, and that was expected. I actually have my little pre-match notes. I was like, Japan's just going to ban NoMod 2 because Canada is a ludicrously strong NoMod 2 team. You've got, Rupertian and Nick1324 especially, 2 of the best stream players in the world. So you'd expect those to get banned out. Canada probably going non-mechanics. They're going to most likely opt into some kind of gimmicky maps, and they do instantly ban the FreeMod 3 and NoMod 6. So Rosecrans gone, and Live on Coast is also going to be gone. So the kind of rhythmic complexity NoMod pick gone, and kind of the most awkward of the free mods gone as well. Those are, I think, pretty expected from the Canada side. They are going to rely on mechanics a lot, I think, in this match.
And now Japan will be up with their last and final ban, and Canada will open up the picks.
I think based on previous matches, this is either Hidden 2 or Free Mod 2 from Japan. They banned the Angola Pro Trait Hidden in their first match and the CS5 Air 8 Free Mod, I believe, in their other. Or it might have been vice versa. Either way, they've banned Hidden 2 and Free Mod 2 over their first 2 matches. But, I mean, the pool gets bigger this week. There are more kind of skill sets represented in this one as you add an extra NoMod, you add an extra to all the mod pools, you get a little bit more of a rounded map pool, so there may be, some changes to see, but I do think it's probably going to be a low approach rate ban here from Japan, one of the 2 expected options. They're taking their time on it, though.
Yeah, they may have a few options right now.
Yeah.
And they're also maybe trying to factor in what Canada might pick first.
Yeah, and, thinking about Canada, they first picked Hidden 1 last week. We know they like Hidden, we know they like Aim. We also know they like Speed, and DT2 is actually going to be that ban from Japan. So System Sun, the Lassie Stamina DT pick, is going to get removed. I am a little bit surprised by that because I think
low AR's open.
It leaves up Hidden 2, Free Mod 2. It also means it gets rid of a skill set that I think these teams are both good at. I think a lot of teams at this level are good at those, the DT2, DT3, NoMod 5, that kind of skill set. But they decided to get rid of it, and then Canada quickly into Hard Rock 1, so they're going to go right into Aim, like I was talking about. Canada wanting to move into those mechanics, and they jump right in with one of the best songs in this pool, Super Soaker by Waves. That's such a good track, and a very good first pick, I think, for this Canada team.
So both teams going to get their roster set for this opening pick. Canada have Zylice, Frankie, Nick, and xootynator in the lobby. Japan having rollpan, Blue, and I would say, is that hyphen or dash?
Yeah, his name is hyphen Dio on Twitch in Japanese. So yeah, just hyphen is the easiest way to refer to him. It's going to be those 2, I think, hyphen, A-Blue, Varvalian will probably come in, and EIGER. Varvalian plays almost every, if not every map for Japan in most matches, so I would just assume he's going to be kind of a sit-in. EIGER really good at aim in general. No surprise here with the roster from Canada either. I mean, it's kind of their skill cap mechanics type of players. We talked about Zooty, Frankie, Nick, and then Zylice joining them.
Also, quickly updating you on some other matches that are ongoing right now that started about half an hour ago. Currently, Brazil leading the Netherlands 3-2, and France and Chile are tied at 3.
Yeah, the downside of the first day of quarterfinals weekend is that there are always a lot of matches going on, so definitely try to keep an eye on those and keep those updated as we go with a little bit of our downtime here in this one. Those are, they've all been such good matchups this weekend. I think this is a point in the tournament where there's a lot of teams that are very evenly matched, and obviously no exception there. France versus Chile, that was such a coin flip because it's one of those where it's 2 very strong rosters and they're just going at it, similar to what we're going to see here in this match as well.
Well, here we go. The start command is in from Tiger Eyes, our referee, and the winners bracket quarterfinals officially underway with Canada and Japan.
First pick to Canada. Notably, neither of these teams dropped a break point in their matches last week, so that means that they are very comfortable on their own picks. We will expect them to come in with a plan and be prepared and ready to go. So we will see if Canada can keep up the performance that they've had on these types of aim maps in the previous rounds. Japan's going to be their toughest test yet, though.
For sure. A foe that they are all too familiar with.
This is really just straight up aim. That is all it throws at you, nearly non-stop. Pretty short, 2 minutes, 18 seconds, but do get that early break from EIGER, so Canada with a little bit of an early advantage. Frankie holding that SS as one does, I suppose. This is just going to be this type of map. I mean, like I said, so it's all about the aim consistency. And Canada and Japan both have that in spades.
They definitely do. Only one miss coming out from EIGER. Nick is going to be the second miss, the first for Canada.
And that's going to be...
Oh, but also Hyphen traded it.
Yep, okay. And there goes Varvalian as well. That's the last player you want to see miss for Japan. He is their rock. And they're down to just a blue, the only FC remaining. There goes Zylice. But it is Frankie and Zooty doing the work here for Canada. It's going to keep them in the lead pretty comfortably.
Yeah, Canada just have a slight edge because EIGER had that early miss. It's blue and EIGER against Frankie and Zooty right now. But Canada checking out as we cross that halfway point, a third of the map left. Japan are going to need to see a miss or two from Canada to get back in this one.
Yep, it gets really scary through here. Any break in this section, you know how hard that Caps team scores. And there goes a blue. And if Frankie and Zooty can keep up for just a little bit longer, this one's basically going to be over. Canada looking quite strong with the double FC still alive. Incredible accuracy on those two FCs as well. Really good work from them. A very solid first pick, it looks like, for Canada, even with a couple of breaks coming in.
Yeah, those lead misses there from Zylice. Not going to matter too much here. Canada has done the damage. A very convincing opening point for them.
Yeah, and I think this makes sense. I mean, the maps that they won by the most in comparison were two relatively aim-heavy picks. I mean, they won the NoMod one last week against Japan by a pretty hefty margin, and here we see a similar margin on the Hard Rock one as the first map of this match. So that's a 600,000 point, almost 700,000 point win for Canada. That is a pretty dominant statement for
Frankie. Nearly getting that SS. Only 5 100s from him.
Yep. Known for being a very strong AC player. Zooty falling a little farther behind with those hundreds at the end, but not the end of the world. But it's hard to be competitive in a map where you have 0 FCs and your opponents have 2. That was just really good from Canada, but it's going to be Japan's own first pick to come. We'll see what kind of skill set they want to opt into here.
Yeah, definitely a lot of things still open very early in the match. We'll see what they're most confident on here. That's what most teams tend to start with.
Yeah, their first pick last week was the Fremod 2, which was a consistent aim, kind of balanced Fremod pick. But having just dropped an aim first pick in this matchup, I don't know if that's the same direction that they'll want to go. We did see Canada banning out the small circle map last week. No, they are going to do the same thing. Okay, Japan going Fremod 1 here again. Fremod 1 this week, a little more comparable to the Fremod 2 as compared to the Fremod 1 from last week. Infinity Rage is just kind of a straightforward, relatively high BPM, consistent aim pick. And Japan saying we are not phased by losing a Hard Rock aim first pick. We're going to go with another aim first pick of our own.
Well, all right, free mod coming out here from Japan. We know both these teams quite comfortable with the mods. Don't know how much overmodding we're going to see here.
Yeah, Canada went giga overmod last week on the free mod one. They went 3 hidden Hard Rocks and 1 hidden only. On the 2 free mods, as Japan played both of them, they went 1 Hard Rock, 1 hidden. Their standard is going to be Varvalian Hard Rock, and then it was rollpan on hidden on both of them last week. It might be somebody different here. Meanwhile, Canada might see some... I wonder... I'm thinking it's probably Zooty hidden, and then maybe Frankie Hard Rock. I'm less comfortable and confident in that prediction than I would like to be.
Well, we'll see soon enough how good your prediction was. I mean, I don't know if you can keep up with Doomsday. He was going nuts earlier with predictions.
Yeah, you know, there's some of the teams where I can predict their mods better than others, and I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Because Japan obviously not having rollpan in for this, maybe is it if it's Hyphen or EIGER hidden. I don't know which of those two. I could even be able, like, literally could be any of those three hidden because I'm just not as sure. Varvalian, obviously the Hard Rock. Zooty going hidden Hard Rock. Okay, so we are going to see the overmod here from Canada. Hidden Hard Rock Zooty looks like Hard Rock only for Nick and hidden only for Zylice. And it's going to be hidden on A-Blue and Hard Rock on Varv. So the overmod risk again here from Canada. See if it pays off like it has in the past.
Just going to quickly update you on the other two matches going on real quick. France leads Chile 4-3, and Brazil leads the Netherlands 4-2.
They're staying so close, man. It's one of those days where you wish we had like 4 different streams because there are so many great matches going on all in the same block of time. I think it's like 8 matches today in a 2 or 3 hour time frame. But we are here in the winner's bracket, so Cryo here. And Cryo going to Japan just by a little bit with early breaks from Zylice and from Nick on the Canada side.
Yeah, Japan will have a comfy little early lead at the start of this one. No overmods for Japan.
Yeah, this seems to be kind of their strat on free mods, is they, you know, just minimize, you know, the discussion of overmod versus, you know, minimal mod kind of goes on every week, and it just varies by team and round. The later you get, the less likely you are to see overmods. But early on, it's, you know, your confidence level in your mod players can be probably a bit higher. Canada on that boat for sure. But not working out quite as of yet. Small early lead here. It's going to grow to about 100,000 for Japan.
Yeah, approaching that 100K mark as we're nearing the halfway mark now. We'll see if anyone gets score cap. Nick is going to find a second miss. It's going to further put Canada behind the 8 ball here.
He is not having a great time. Down at 96% accuracy, the lowest act, the lowest combo, lowest score in the lobby. And he could be on NoMod. You know, like, he doesn't have to have a mod, so it's really unfortunate to see that happening as we get into, you know, kind of the middle portion of this map. It is a break from Hyphen, but Zylice brings it right back, so it's just going to be a trade. No advantage gained.
Things are looking pretty good for Japan as we're heading into the final third of the map, but they're still going to have to retain this advantage. They're seriously putting on some score now, almost over 200K as Nick drops once again.
I think that overmod is just going to spell the doom for Canada. Unfortunately, Japan is putting up a really good score, and they don't have a way of matching it unless Japan falls apart in the last quarter, and that's just looking unlikely. They're all looking super confident. Best accuracy in the lobby, by the way. Varvalian on Hard Rock finally finds a break as soon as I mention his name, but he is actually still the highest stack anyway. So that Hard Rock player, you know, he's very good at that skill set.
Well,
even with a couple breaks at the end, it's not going to be the worst. He's putting up a bigger score than the opposing Hard Rock player by 500K, or excuse me, 400K. So yeah, a couple breaks, but it's going to be fine for Japan.
So they're still going to retain the lead despite those misses. Heading into the end sections, Nick will miss once again, and that is going to seal it for Japan. Blue is going to miss, though. Might not seal it if we get a couple late misses. Is that mod advantage?
This gets kind of close.
I was like, wait a minute.
It's not going to go over. It's not going to go over, but it gets kind of close, man. That's a double FC from Canada, and it's almost enough. The Zooty hidden Hard Rock FC, Frankie NoMod FC, but unfortunately, just not enough backing score after those two. And EIGER and A-Blue putting up those really strong scores for Japan.
Yep, Japan holding on just long enough to get the point in the bag. 1-1 Canada now with their second pick. We'll see what they eye up in the map pool.
Yeah, you really feel for Nick on that one, coming in Hard Rock and bottom score. That's an unfortunate. Hopefully he can put that behind him quickly going forward in the match. We did see Kurtis in the lobby there briefly, so I'm expecting a speed pick, and it is indeed going to go into the DT3. So we're going to see our second OTST Hatsuki Yura DT map in a row from last week into this week. Junketsu is going to be the selection here. The highest BPM pick at 261. Very, very tricky Kip Alt DT3 once again here. Certain similarities, I think, except a higher BPM compared to last week's DT3. This is a skill set that has done very well by Canada so far in this tournament. They have looked quite good at the speed and stamina picks. This is going to, hopefully for them, be no exception.
So we do see some substitutions coming in, as you mentioned. Kurtis, Muffin Slayer as well for Canada, also Haga for Japan.
Haga, in addition to Japan's team this year, everyone who's familiar with him knows he is an incredibly strong DT player, making a name for himself with his somewhat unique play style that you don't see a lot of tap X out there. He's one of the few. Does very well on maps like this, though, and that could be an X factor for Japan looking to get an early break point here. I am very much looking at Kurtis on the Canada side. A new player on their roster and relatively new name. I mean, he's not a guy you see in the open rank tournament scene. So this is a big stage for him to be stepping foot on. We'll see if he can perform to the level that Canada will need.
Well, keeping you updated on other matches, the Netherlands have taken a point. They now trail Brazil 4-3, and France Chile have tied the match at 4. France and Chile at 4 apiece right now, getting spicy.
This is ridiculous, man. This has been such an insane day of OSU between all the tiebreakers and close matchups. It's absolutely incredible.
Loads of points today.
Yeah, I hope everybody's pick'ems are faring well, because there have been some surprising results.
I hope you didn't pick a sweep at all.
Yeah, I know my pick'ems are not doing the best today, unfortunately, with some of those results. But I'd rather have good matches than my pick'ems do well, and we're getting those. Hopefully we get another one here.
All right, getting into double time 3 here. The pick from Canada, the third round of this match. No opening misses to report as they cross that 200 combo line.
Yeah, for a lot of these teams, anybody that's relatively strong at speed and stamina, these double time picks are really not that hard. I know it sounds kind of weird to see, for people who may struggle with this type of map, as when we do get the early break for Zylice, but multiple FCs are not surprising on the double time 2 and 3 picks, I don't think, for anybody who can maintain that stamina and finger control over the course of these maps.
Yeah, and despite that miss from Zylice, it's still going to be in Canada's hands here based off of accuracy. Japan going to be slowly pulling the lead back over to their side.
Yeah, it's just the AC lead. A Blue down at 95% and rollpan at 96%, not helping the case.
Slayer.
That's Muffin Slayer down to just 2 FCs now for Canada. Still 4 on the board for Japan. They take the lead, and it's gonna rocket over their way, especially through this middle portion of the map as those scores start to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, that miss coming right at the middle portion of the map, going to score cap Muffin Slayer there, and Japan now really pouring on the heat, over 100,000 points into the final third, but Haga does drop, so that is going to put the brakes on this for just a little bit. A Blue, that's going to bring it back to Canada.
And that's really, really bad for A Blue, because he was only holding on due to his combo. He's at 93% accuracy, worst in the lobby by over 2%. So losing that combo means he's going to lose so much score to go along with it, and that is just going to go right over to Canada. That was about the worst timing they could have had. And we're going to go into the last quarter with Canada able to take the lead back, and we'll see if they can run with it. Nick and Kurtis both looking really good. Kurtis, 99.5 AC, insane.
Yep. Japan are going to need to see either Nick or Kurtis fall apart here. They need one of the FCs for Canada to drop, because the supporting combos for Canada are better than Japan's. A Blue will go down, but it doesn't look like there's anything that Japan can do. Canada taking it back.
Yep, that was a very strong performance from Canada through that, middle to last third of the map. Japan just suffering those 2 untimely breaks. And Canada says, thank you very much. We will take that map handed to us on a silver platter. 400k victory and 2-1.
Kurtis
looking good. Kurtis, 99.5 FC. That's why he's on the team right there. That is the exact performance they needed out of him.
Kurtis and Nick delivering for Canada there. Brilliant scores. Nearly 1.2 million for Kurtis.
Yeah, you put him on the team because he is good at speed, and he comes in and performs on the speed. I mean, just living up to expectations in spades. Very, very good stuff there from Canada.
Now the ball back in Japan's court. It's up to them to answer. The map pool is theirs.
Yeah, Fremod 1 working out for them. I don't know if Fremod 2 feels as good as Fremod 1 did, so they might be looking elsewhere. Depending on how they feel about, precision, they could really switch it up and go to something like a Hard Rock 2 or 3 pick. Otherwise, maybe you just risk another speed map. You go something like NoMod 5. I'm curious, I should say. I'm curious to see whether we get a NoMod 3 or 4 pick in this match, because those are maps that neither of these teams really favors, but they might end up kind of having to resort that direction at some point. So keeping those in the back of my mind.
Yeah, kind of like both teams have a bite the bullet kind of pick essentially here.
Taking their time here are Japan on this pick, so we'll take a quick look. Brazil gets another point, so they're at 5-3 against the Netherlands. Match point in their favor, but it will be Netherlands' pick to come, and it is going to be the NoMod 4. So Japan says, we're going to opt into that tech NoMod pick, and we're going to make you guys play something that you might be a little less comfortable with.
Feels left out. Not getting left out this match.
This is a classic. For folks who have been around the tournament scene for a while, they may have seen this pick in the past. I've seen it. Not obviously this is an updated diff, but there is a different version of this map, this same diff by J1. It's been around in the past. It is a very tricky tech map. A lot of really, really hard patterns. And it's pretty short, minute 44, but it throws the kitchen sink at you in terms of tech mapping kind of staples. So a very big departure from the raw mechanics that we've been seeing so far in this match.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of the yin to the yang that Canada has been picking into those raw mechanics. Japan now going to opt for something else. And as you said, very short map here, so a lot could happen. This could backfire too.
Yep, you really run a risk, I think, picking a map like this, because there are times when we see picks like this and there are literally no FCs. I mean, it is not the most uncommon thing to have happen. It's also going to change up the rosters a bit. You see Jeremy coming in for Canada for the first time. You see Aotoleen, who did not play a single map last week for Japan, coming in for them on this one. And oh boy, I'm interrupting myself here. We have a break point in France versus Chile. Chile has taken a break point off of France. They go up 5-4, match point with their own pick to come. So both these matches looking to possibly be coming to an end here in the very near future.
Yeah, so France is going to need to respond and get a break point off Chile to force that tiebreaker. That could be a very crucial break point for Chile in that encounter there. But we're going to be getting started here on round number 4. Zylice, Nick, Jeremy, and xootynator for Canada against Varvalian, rollpan, Hyphen, and Aotoleen for Japan.
Yep, and this is, about as big of a skill set switch as you are going to see, going from, speed, stamina, double time to a relatively low BPM tech pick. So we'll see how adaptable these players are. I think that's part of being a great tournament player, is being able to go from one skill set to the next seamlessly. And a lot of experience in this match means that I think that's going to serve these players just fine.
Underway in this very short NoMod 4 pick, a minute 44, so misses are going to be punished heavily here.
Yep. And Japan, of course, their second TapX player coming in, Aotoleen replacing Haga on this map. So they still have a TapX in no matter what. First break is going to be Varvalian, though, before we've really gotten into the meat of this map. Pretty early, but can still have an effect. There goes Zylice.
Varvalian will find yet another miss, so that'll favor Canada, but it's going to slow the brakes for Canada on that miss by Zylice. Accuracy lead is with Canada, looks like.
Yeah, Jeremy holding on to an SS still somehow. I'm really not sure how, but he's doing it. There goes Hyphen and rollpan. That is really bad for Japan, because we're already halfway through and they only have 1 FC remaining against 3 for Canada. This could be looking like a little bit of a mispick here if this keeps up.
Jeremy will give up that SS, but Canada's still looking strong with 3 FCs intact as Hyphen goes down once again. And it doesn't look like there's really much Japan can do here. They're going to have to build and just hope for some late misses here. Those misses are going to have to come soon, though.
Yeah, with this being a NoMod 4, it's easy to break anywhere. There goes Zylice, Jeremy, xootynator. Oh my god!
He missed from Canada!
It is a 7-player reset, though. There's nothing gained, no advantage gained, only Hyphen at a 200 combo. So unfortunately, it's just not going to have an effect on the outcome.
Yeah, but unfortunately, if Hyphen had combo, that could have changed things maybe. But
boy,
damage done.
Yeah, you hit that diff spike and everyone misses, and it just, you know, that was a situation where if any combo had held for Japan, maybe 1 or 2 players, it could have swung back in their favor, but there just wasn't the combo to live with, and Canada gets the first break point of this match.
And also, Brazil has taken another point. They defeat the Netherlands 6-3.
Right, so that will set up Brazil versus South Korea tomorrow. That also is a rematch from 4K.
I was gonna say, that's a rivalry in of its own right.
Yeah, Brazil versus South Korea. They played last year in the Standard World Cup. In a match that is kind of, I think, lives on in infamy a little bit. They play in Mania, and now they're going to be playing once again in Standard. So, yeah, that's a rivalry right there.
Canada going to be picking NoMod 5 Death Crystal.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this was always going to happen. Canada loves them some speed maps, and this is that. It is 235 BPM. Only, again, a pretty short NoMod 5. I mean, it's 2 minutes 11 seconds, not the longest. But again, looking for that multiple FC play because this is for the speed players going to be well within their grasp.
Goodness. T1G, I also need to mention in that point Brazil took, it was by 3,969 points. It was a spin-to-win situation.
Wow.
Netherlands eliminated on a tragic spin-to-win situation.
Wow. You hate to see it if you're the Netherlands. My goodness. Looks like 1 FC per team and just the barest of score differences between the players. That is remarkable. That's one of the closest maps I've seen in this tournament. And I believe they're probably still underway on their potentially last map in France versus Chile as we wait for Japan's roster here. I'm going to take a peek at that. They're playing Fremont 1 Infinity Rage as the final pick from Chile to try and close that match out.
Yeah, we will let you know as soon as we get that result.
That's...
Still waiting on a few players from Japan.
I'm expecting, you know, another kind of similar roster here. Varvalian, maybe rollpan, Haga, Aotoleen again. I mean, just kind of the expected higher BPM roster. No kurtis, interestingly, for Canada. It's going to be Frankie coming in to join along with Zylice, Nick, and Zooty on Canada's side.
All right. Japan, they desperately need a point on the board. Breakpoint would be nice.
Yeah, this is an interesting roster to me, seeing Zooty in on a map like this for Canada. We'll see how she performs. It pretty much always performs up to expectations, so sorry, I apologize for hitting my mic. Usually a strong player, but not used to seeing her in for maps like this.
I do not doubt xootynator. That is one thing I have learned.
Yeah, no, you just can't. It's a losing bet to ever take out a wager against Zooty. She is full of confidence on every map she's in for, so I think gonna do well for this. But Japan, a very solid speed roster, but they just drop a speed pick by, you know, a decent margin, that 360k on double time 3, and early break from Haga already on this one.
Slight advantage Canada at the start here. Another fairly short map, 2 minutes 12 seconds.
We love the short speed maps. It actually is an interesting, for maps like this, it allows them to be kind of more mechanically difficult because you're not forcing players to play this for 5 minutes, so you can up the difficulty of what you have here because it's shorter.
Very
cool.
dense.
Yeah, exactly. Very consistent difficulty. And players up to the task though. Only 1 break so far, and it was in the first 80 combo.
Yeah, and it's very evenly matched again. We're getting to a dangerous situation. A lot of combo on the board here. Approaching the halfway mark. We'll see if anyone gets score capped.
And ridiculous accuracy, might add. Zooty!
Oh, Zooty is going to be the one
to break! Well, you know, we very briefly questioned her being in, but expected her to perform well, and unfortunately she's going to be the one to break. And
Aga trading.
Aga trades.
So that'll put the brakes on Japan running away with it at least. Canada will have a chance, but Frankie and Rollpan are going to trade. Wait a minute. Still even Stevens.
Frankie had impeccable accuracy too. He was up at 99.7, 99.8, but unfortunately that miss is not going to help matters. Zylice and Nick, another break from Zooty, but it's a 2FC versus 2 scenario here. If one of those 4 breaks in the last quarter, this gets interesting in a hurry.
It's Zylice Nick versus A-Blue Varvalian right now. The supporting combos are better for Japan at the moment. So they are retaining and building a little bit of an advantage, but if any one of those FCs drops, as you mentioned, it could be game over into the final sections here. Will we get it?
These players are so confident and so consistent on maps like this. I just don't know if we're going to see any breaks here at the end. It is, though! A-Blue, wait a minute, he doesn't...
Is there enough time?
There should be time. There's like 100,000 points left, and it goes over.
With the steal, and they will hold on! 20, 30,000 points!
Unbelievable. And I'm going to break into this. France break points back against Chile to force a tiebreaker. This day just keeps getting more ridiculous.
Oh, baby. That is the 4th tiebreaker of the day, chat.
Like, this is just ridiculous Osu being played today, man. You get, 3 FCs here from Zylice, Nick, and Varvalian. Varvalian, 3 100s, just not quite enough with the late break from A-Blue. Double FC from Canada holds on. We'll go into Japan's pick, down now 4-1. And meanwhile, France and Chile going to go to the tiebreaker. And that's going to be a fun one because those teams both have really strong consistency players. We're going back over here, though. It's going to be Japan, another DT pick. Double time 1 going to be their entry into the DT pool after Canada had picked DT3 a little bit ago. Get your Itsu demos ready.
Oh, boy.
It is Ein Friends. Everybody's favorite. This is such a classic DT1. It is a very well-known, just user-friendly, consistent aim, AR 10.3, 230 BPM. You got some burst, some stream, some aim, and, you know, maybe a little ayaya going on as well for good measure.
Just a little.
Oh man, what a day. I can't believe the matches that are occurring in this quarterfinal. And this is day 1. I mean, we have, what, 8 matches, 7 matches tomorrow as well. Absolutely incredible.
Absolute madness in the OS World Cup this year. Canada waiting for their 4th. I apologize, my voice just cracked and that did hurt, chat. Yes, it did, if you're wondering.
Yep.
Ow.
So we have Zylice, we've got Muffin Slayer, we've got Frankie, we've got Zooty. On the other side, A-Blue, Rollpan, Varv, and Hyphen over on the side of Japan. And this is going to be a fun one, a lengthy consistency 10.3 pick. I wonder which ends first. If they take a timeout before the tiebreaker in that one, this may end before that tiebreaker ends. So we might be in between maps and be able to live update that one when it finishes. But we are getting underway. So Japan needs this. I mean, like, there is no alternative. They have to win this point because this gets really ugly if they drop another break point here.
Well, here we go. Yep, Japan definitely going to need to start a comeback. If there's going to be one, now's the time.
They are hoping that this is the right pick. Rollpan, very early break on that first little stream. Hopefully it does not hurt him going forward. There's a couple more breaks already. Muffin Slayer out. Rating.
Yep. Early advantage Canada here.
Muffin Slayer with a couple breaks though, struggling just a bit in that intro. This is a very long one, though. I mean, 3.5 minutes for a DT pick is lengthy by most standards, so we're going to be here for a while.
We're going to have to see how these players fare in the second half of the map, too.
Yeah, this is one where, I mean, you have to keep your consistency up because it's... Oh, there goes Zylice. Another break for Canada. It's not like, you know, one giant diff spike, but it is fairly consistent as you'd expect kind of out of these anime-style maps. Hyphen with a couple of misses for Japan. He's not looking the greatest. Down 96%. What is... That was a very strange sequence.
Yeah,
he missed like 3 times. And another. He is...
Something is not right over there for Hyphen.
Hyphen looks like a player who just changed their tablet area, like just slightly misaiming consistently. I don't really know. Hopefully he can get things back together because he's going to need to as Canada holding on to a little bit of a lead here.
Yeah, and even despite that, Japan are still not out of this as Hyphen gets back to work rebuilding the combo. He's going to find another break as I say that, though.
I don't know if he was like... This is like 4th player syndrome. Normally you wouldn't pick something that your own team has 4th player syndrome on, though, and rollpan finding another break as well is just going to compound the issue.
Yeah, right at that halfway mark, too, he is going to get score capped. Frankie will go down as well and get score capped.
Yep, so it's going to help. Frankie is going to help things out for Japan just a little bit, but they're having so much trouble on rollpan and Hyphen. Zooty rolling on with the AFC at, what, that 1/100, maybe 2? Matching A blue note for note. But Muffin Slayer and Zylice, those big backing combos really helping things out. And there was
Varvalian.
This might actually be over already. I know there's still
this...
part of the map to go, but that lead is going to be a couple 100,000 points just instantly. That is such a bad place. There goes A blue. Yeah, this is just breakpoint Canada.
Yeah, this is just breakpoint Canada, 5-1. Unfortunate for Japan there, but Canada just putting up some brilliant combos here from Zooty and Muffin Slayer.
Yeah, I mean, you can't understate how good this performance is from Canada on this map. And, you know, perhaps Japan just didn't, you know, have a great comfortable pick for this scenario. But Canada's making the most of it. And with this being kind of out of reach here, I mean, we've already got a 700K lead. I am getting told that France has a pretty hefty lead against Chile partway through their tiebreaker, so seeing if that upset can occur. Muffin Slayer does have a late break, but yeah, this is going to be a 700,000 point win for Canada.
And now the only question that remains is, will there be the FC xootynator? Oh, it's not FC, I should say that. It's long map, I forget.
Yes, no, Zooty does.
Oh, wait, that was? Yeah, that was an FC.
Yeah, Zooty pulls off the AFC. 4/100s, by the way. That's some of the best accuracy you're going to see on that map. I mean, it's pretty straightforward rhythmically, but that is still really, really strong to have 4/100s in a match situation. You know, people don't always think about her as a DT player, but clearly they should, because that is a great score. Also, Frankie, 4/100s, just the one miss. So Canada just sending it on that pick.
And we're still awaiting the results of that tiebreaker between France and Chile. We'll let you know as soon as we get those results in.
I'm guessing it's going to come in while we are in between maps here by the looks of things. So this one getting a little out of hand, which allows us to pay a little closer attention to that other match than we may otherwise. Canada 5-1 up, match point, and they're going to go DT4. We're getting a little Lesja throwback with DOI. Yo, let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, we still don't have a result. Oh my god. I saw a match feed post. I thought that was it. It was not it.
Baited.
I got baited so hard.
We just want to know.
Well, alright, well, we'll see who gets put in for this anyway and go from there. It's gonna be
Vespirit coming in.
Yeah, he is not been in much in this one, has he? Has he played a map yet? I do not believe he has.
This is his first map.
And we have it.
And it's France.
It's France. The upset over Chile. A team that was getting bandied about as a top 8 to top 4 team is eliminated in quarterfinals week. So everybody who picked France in those pick'ems, good job. You just earned yourself some serious points.
No kidding.
Well done to France.
Also got another substitution for Japan. We have KonKon coming in.
Yeah, this one, both teams making some changes. KonKon in for Japan, Vespirit in for Canada. Kind of the old map style finger control players, you know, are going to be what you want to see for a map like this. So those guys, we saw how good Jeremy was on the tech pick, so maybe, you know, kind of coming in for these more non-traditional types of maps for Canada. KonKon, hopefully for Japan, filling the same role on their side. And as we get underway.
Round number 7, Japan facing elimination from the winner's bracket here. Canada trying to punch their ticket to finals week right now.
Yeah, this is big. Get immediately into that semifinal. Help yourself out with a very just a large amount of confidence out of this one too. If you're Canada and you win this, you win this match right here, like 6-1. That's just gonna feel really good if they can close it out. A couple early breaks from both teams already.
So just a slight advantage for Canada. KonKon and Nick are gonna trade there.
There goes Nick and Vespirit. It's Jeremy, Zooty, the FCs for Canada. Rollpan, the only FC for Japan. But Hyphen and Varvalian, both with some decent backing combos. This is going to stay quite close for the time being.
Yeah, KonKon will go down, and Varvalian now, so it's going to flip right back over to Canada, nearing the halfway mark.
Everybody's just insistent on not taking an advantage. Anytime you see a miss, it's just closely after, followed by a miss from the other team. Yeah, you see that 50k, all that separates them halfway through. Anybody who loves Tide Machine should probably love this as well. A lot of that same kind of awkward tapping flow. And Canada make the most of it here. Jeremy Zooty looking so good. Double FC still. There's KonKon again. Rollpan, by the way, 99 act, still holding the FC. Keeping Japan in this as best he can, but might end up being too little too late.
Yeah, I think it is too little too late. KonKon, unfortunately, has been struggling. Nick will go down at the end, but that is not going to be enough for Japan. Jeremy is going to give up his FC. xootynator will bring it home, and that will be the win for Canada, 6-1 over Japan in the winners' quarterfinals.
Yeah, that was just Canada exerting their will over Japan. I mean, they win on mechanics, they win on non-mechanics, they don't care. They are just here to game, and they performed so well. I mean, some of these scores, man. The xootynator, by the way, those back-to-back FCs on the last two picks after struggling with NoMod 5, really impressive stuff from her. But the whole team of Canada, I mean, you could tell they came in just ready for this match, and they played up to expectations and just dominated Japan.
A resounding victory for Canada today, 6-1. Japan will go to the losers bracket, and Canada has guaranteed themselves a top 6 finish this year with that win, booking their ticket to finals week.
Yeah, you love to see it from Canada with all the roster changes. It's hard to say what to expect, but they're looking possibly every bit as strong as last year. If I'm going to make an early statement there, I mean, we have to see what their skill cap ends up looking like, but they're going to get a tough match. They get a potential rematch. They'll get maybe Germany once again. We'll find out